You guys, please bear with me. This camera thing, this phone is driving me crazy. I got an SD card. It's retarded. I'm going crazy here. But either way, as I was saying, Southpaw was just, I was just really moved by it. I don't know what it is about sports films and kind of the whole metaphor of you have to fight through life and don't give up and discipline. I don't know what it is about that, but it just comes into something that's very moving when they just put down characters who are down, and then you add in the sports element. And something about that, it's very, very moving. 50 Cent pops up in it as a kind of Don Kingish kind of role. What I will say about 50 is that his acting has come a long way since Get Rich or Die Trying. He's good. I would have liked if they would have chosen a more seasoned actor, a theater actor, because there are a couple scenes where he's kind of trying to be slithery and conning, and I think because he's not at his heart a true seasoned actor, he's not really quite. There's a scene where he gets Jake Gyllenhaal to sign this contract for this fight, and I think in the hands of a seasoned actor, I think the scene would have come across a little bit more. It would have been more believable to get Jake Gyllenhaal to sign off, because 50 is not experienced enough as an actor, as a seasoned, real veteran character actor to really pull that scene off the way it should have been pulled off. But he's passable. I think kind of his real street cred kind of makes his character passable. He's not as good as Ice-T was kind of in something like New Jack City, where Ice-T's street experience really helped out with that cop role and was a good compliment to Wesley Snipes. But I'm digressing. It's just a fantastic picture. It's one of the few pictures where when the movie ended, nobody in the theater moved. People were kind of, and I could hear some sniffles in there. It was, and I think, I'm not going to give anything away, but the end scene is slight spoiler. But Jake Gyllenhaal is kind of holding his daughter, and it was really moving just to see him hold his daughter like that, man. There's some very, I think the word is poignant scenes in this film. I really love the scenes between Forrest Whitaker and Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, they are just like two powerhouse actors. Just, you got a young man, and then you got a seasoned character actor like Forrest Whitaker, and they're just bouncing off each other in these scenes. The scene where Forrest Whitaker is in the bar drinking, and Jake Gyllenhaal comes in, that's a fantastic scene. I love the first scene where Jake Gyllenhaal first comes to his gym and asks him, "Hey, can you train me?" He says, "Don't cuss." It's a funny scene where Jake Gyllenhaal is kind of like, "Well, fuck yeah, I won't. I'm sorry, I won't fuck." And he starts. It's so hilarious, man. One way the film didn't quite sit with me was the final fight between he's not really a villain like in the Rocky movies, but when he fights the guy Miguel, who kind of got things rolling in the story. I'm not gonna give anything away. I wasn't quite invested in that final fight, but then again, this movie is more about the characters. It's not about the actual fight. So I wasn't really invested in that final fight scene, and we all know he wins. That's not giving anything away. So when he does beat him, I was just kind of like, yeah, there were some claps in the theater. I wasn't really there, when he beat him. I didn't really care about that element. I kind of more cared about the character stuff. But it's a fantastic movie. It's very, very heavy. It's I don't know if it's necessarily a movie you want to see on a bright, sunny Saturday afternoon in July, soon to be August. But that's up to you. But I still think that the movie does, it's something about these sports movies that, it just, I don't know, it's one of those movies that gives you, that kind of re-enlightens your spirit. If you're having a tough time, it's definitely a movie that will make you feel like you can fight through the tough times just in life, because that's what the character does. So a strong recommendation for Southpaw. I loved it. I really loved the film, and like I said, that's Antoine Fuqua's best movie out of his filmography. So you all go check out Southpaw, man. You're gonna see some dynamite acting from Forrest Whitaker, Gyllenhaal, and I'm sorry I forget the little girl's name. Oh, and Naomi Harris too, from Pirates of the Caribbean, Miami Vice, and a whole bunch of other movies. She's a little bit more subdued in this, and her character shows up at the end for the final fight, which there's really no need for her to be there, but I understand they needed like a woman character in the movie. But she's really good. She's got a passable role, but she does what she needs to do with it. So strong recommendation for Southpaw. Go check it out. It's very heavy, but it's true to what it should be. So man, RMJ Movie Reviews. I will be back with a crime movie review of Spike Lee's underrated classic called Clockers, starring Mekhi Phifer, Harvey Keitel, and Delroy Lindo. RMJ Movie Reviews, and I will see you guys soon. Blah. Like the video, write some comments, subscribe to my channel. All right, y'all.